Hey everybody, it's KevRA. Oh, that's me. I'm KevRA. Hi. So today I want to talk about something that I really need to talk about. How badly do I need to talk about it? Well, let's just say that I am making a third YouTube channel just to talk about this video. My other YouTube channels, well, one is for my acting, and then the other one is about The Legend of Zelda and how to adapt it, and I can give you a link here. But that's not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is Mario Party Superstars. The DLC, is it a franchise? What is the future for this series? What is the future for all these other old boards that we loved? Are they just going to be left in the past, or are they going to be included in the future? Now, before I really start diving into this topic, I need to be upfront and admit something. When they first announced this game, I hated the idea. I mean, I super mega loathed it. I remember texting my friends being like, oh my gosh, this is the worst thing they could have done. Are they so stupid? But let me explain why that was my thought process. First off, I'm a gigantic Mario Party fan. I've been playing since the first one came out. In fact, to me, I think Mario Party is probably my favorite multiplayer game of all time. I mean, there is nothing better than sitting around with a group of friends and playing Mario Party. Okay, so I like to turn on a few computers and pretend I have friends for a couple hours. Don't judge me. Anyway, as much as I love this series, I absolutely hated Super Mario Party. In my opinion, I actually think it's the worst home console Mario Party. That's right. That means I actually like Mario Party 9 and 10 more than I like Super Mario Party. Come at me. Okay, I've never been in a fight before. Please don't actually come at me. In fact, just stay right there. But anyway, when I played Super Mario Party, I wasn't having a lot of fun. And I slowly started to realize a few different reasons why. And then I looked online, I realized a lot of other people were really upset about this game too. And also, they really hated 9 and 10. Like, they really hated 9 and 10. Then I started reading how Gamecube was to blame because ever since they took over the series has kind of gone to crap. And of course, there's a couple different reasons you can blame for that. And while I don't want to go too deep into it, I will admit that there are usually two things that people blame for the bad Mario parties that we have received over the last decade. One of them is just Gamecube in general. They say that they just don't know how to make a good Mario Party. Then other people blame it on fatigue. And honestly, either one of these could kind of be true. Because even though a lot of people from Hudson who originally made Mario Party came over to Gamecube, it wasn't everyone. And maybe the people that came over from Hudson to work at Gamecube were the people who just made really good minigames. Because at the end of the day, I think we can agree that almost all the minigames are still really good no matter what Mario Party it is. But whether it was the fact that it was Gamecube had just no idea how to make decent boards, or maybe it was the fact that they'd just grown too tired and fatigued after making several Mario Parties year after year, didn't really matter. I just came to the conclusion that if Gamecube couldn't make a good Mario Party for whatever reason, then they should just go back and make the old ones, because those games are loved by so many people. And I feel like the people at Gamecube could learn something by going back and playing those old great boards that everybody loves, and hopefully use them to learn how to make good Mario Party games again. The one thing I wasn't sure about is how exactly they would do it, because I know if they just remade a Mario Party and sold it for $60, of course people would go apeshit and be like, no! How dare Nintendo charge $60 for our old game? But this is also Nintendo we're talking about. They're not gonna package a bunch of games that they just remade for like $60. So if you think Mario Party 1 through 3, a collection was ever going to happen, nah. So I wasn't exactly sure how they would approach this. However, they ended up doing the one thing that made me go, are you kidding me? They decided to do a collection of just a few boards and minigames here and there. And that angered me so much because I wanted a remake of one of these games. I didn't want, here's a board from this game, here's a board from this game, here's a board from this game, here's some of the mini games, and there you go. No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted Mario Party 1, I wanted Mario Party 2, I wanted Mario Party 3, I wanted Mario Party 6 remade. I wanted all of these games remade. Now, I realize that probably sounds stupid. And a lot of you people are probably thinking, no, this was absolutely the better way to go. And you know what? I think you're kind of right if they do this correctly. What do I mean by that? Well, my first initial fear whenever they made this game, well, whenever they announced the game, I should say, is that this would be all we would get. So all those great minigames, all those great boards from the past would just be left behind. However, about a month before Mario Party Superstars came out, I got a game called Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Yes, I know the game came out 3 years ago. I'm behind. But did you not remember when I said I have no friends to play with? My point is that whenever I played that game, I saw all of the Super Smash Bros. Games combined into one game. Now, yes, I realize that these are two very different franchises, and I would even argue that Super Smash Bros. Is a little more popular than Mario Party. And there's a lot more Mario Party than there is Super Smash Bros. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate only had to combine 4 games. If they did that for Mario Party, no flipping way. But then I started thinking, what if they did it with DLC? Earlier I made the comment that there was no way Nintendo was going to remake a bunch of games and then put them all together and sell it as one game. There was no way that was going to happen, at least not for Mario Party. And I already said that if they made one game, Mario Party 1, Mario Party 2, or Mario Party 3, and just tried to resell that after they remade it for $60, people would be pissed. They would say, Nintendo's being greedy, this is absolutely unreasonable. And there's honestly no way they could have done it without backlash. But with Mario Party Superstars, you can kind of do that. It's actually a very sneaky way to get you to pay for the game a multiple of times. So instead of charging Mario Party 1, 2, and 3 separately as individual games, you do one game with a little bit of each, and then you charge more for DLC, and then you charge more for DLC, and then you charge more for DLC. And by the end of it, you've paid for probably 3 different games, maybe more. And that is where I have hope. Now, some of you might say that I'm absolutely crazy because I'm looking forward to paying for more DLC, but honestly, I would pay so much money just to get all my favorite Mario Party games remade. Am I blinded by nostalgia? Maybe, but you also have to admit that the new Mario Parties are not as good as the old Mario Parties, and we're paying $60 for the new Mario Parties. And this is where I get in a lot of debates with people, because I do think that old games are worth that high-end price. I mean, if you look at Super Mario Party, and you look at Mario Party 1, 2, or 3, I think if they remade 1, 2, or 3, and sold it at full price, it would be worth more than Super Mario Party, even though Super Mario Party is a new game, and Mario Party 1, 2, or 3 are about 20 years old. Like, if they remade Mario Party 2, and my friend asked me, hey, should I get Super Mario Party or Mario Party 2? I would say absolutely 100% spend the $60 on Mario Party 2, and for Super Mario Party, wait for it to go on sale, because it's not that good. Now, you can completely disagree with that if you want. If you think Super Mario Party is absolutely worth $60 and that the old games are only worth $10 a piece or whatever, that's fine. I don't care. That's not the argument I'm trying to make today. The argument I'm making is that Mario Party Superstars should have all the DLC of the 64 boards. And there's a lot of reasons why I believe that. The first one is probably the most obvious. I want all these old boards. And no, I don't want just the 64 ones. I do want the Gamecube ones. I want Mario Party 8. I want it all. But, being realistic, Mario Party 1 through 3 is what they've started with on Superstars, and I feel like they just kind of need to complete it. Because here's the thing, if they add a bunch of Gamecube stuff, I feel like that's it for the franchise. They will have done the best of the best, and then they'll just kind of leave it at that. Because come on, let's just pretend for one sec they did add Gamecube boards and minigames to this collection. We have all the best boards, we have all the best minigames, and then what? We just leave the rest behind? Because Mario Party Superstars 2 with all the boards that people don't like as much just doesn't seem like it's that exciting. Plus, what are they going to do for the minigames in the next one? Are they just going to reuse the same ones? Or in Mario Party Superstars 2, are we just going to get the bad minigames that were left over that they didn't pick? That's why, as much as I love the GameCube Mario Party games, when it comes to the idea of GameCube being the DLC for the first Mario Party Superstars, I just don't think that's a good decision because I think it will kill the franchise, and then all the other boards and minigames will just be left on the cutting room floor. And the big problem I have with that is that there are still so many good boards that they need to remake. And the other big thing is, we all have different opinions on what that is. For example, I have seen so many people talk about how much they love Luigi's Engine Room. Honestly, that was my least favorite from Mario Party 1. But you know what? If other people love it, then they should absolutely include it as DLC. Because who am I to say, no, that board's a crappy board and we shouldn't have it as DLC? Like, screw me. Like, my opinion doesn't matter because so many other people actually love that board. And just like how I love Wario's Battle Canyon, and a lot of people don't really like that board. But you know what? If they leave it out, it's gonna make me sad. And basically, any way you cut it, that is the formula you get. Like, if they leave out any boards, even if it's just a small amount, I feel like there's gonna be a lot of people who are jaded. Because again, if Luigi's Engine Room is one of those boards and it happened to be your favorite, but they just leave it out while all these other boards get remade, I mean, that's just really disheartening. I mean, that really sucks considering the fact that you're watching all these other boards get remade and they just leave your favorite off the table. I mean, heck, there's already a lot of people out there who are sad because their favorite board didn't get in. Mario's Rainbow Castle, Western Land, Chilly Waters, Waluigi's Island. Like, there are so many boards out there that I see people say, man, I really wish they would have included this one, and it's not there. And if they don't do a Mario Party Superstars 2, we're all just kind of screwed on that. That's why I think Mario Party Superstars should focus on Nintendo 64. I mean, that's where its focus has been, and I think that's where it should stay, to make sure we get all those boards and that no one's favorite board is left out. Heck, I think they should even include those bad minigames from Mario Party 1, 2, and 3. Because I think there's still actually a few ones that are actually pretty decent that they have still left out. Then Mario Party Superstars 2 can be all about the Gamecube. And honestly, aside from Mario Party 4, I think that actually works out so much better because if you remember Mario Party 5, 6, and 7, they were vastly different than the Mario Parties that came before it. They had capsules, they had DK as a non-playable character, but instead he functioned as a game mechanic, either as a space or as someone who gave out stars. And you could even have Twyla and Brighton come back as the host for Mario Party Superstars 2 as they take you through the game and explain why some of the boards have a day and night cycle. Heck, they could even apply it to more boards if they wanted to. So even though I see a lot of people say that they want the GameCube as DLC, I just feel like they're really gonna ruin the GameCube boards if they do it that way because DK is already a playable character, and there's no way they're gonna completely change the item system with capsules just for the DLC. Then there's also the fact that the 64, as much as I love it, has not aged as gracefully. Like, about a year ago, I got an HD Prism, and oh my gosh, it makes the GameCube look phenomenal. Yeah, the Nintendo 64, on the other hand, that looks like a pile of hot garbage. In fact, it looks like a pile of hot garbage that was just crapped on by another pile of hot garbage. And that's even with emulation. I mean, don't get me wrong, the GameCube games could still use a few quality of life updates, but overall, they work pretty well, and visually, you know, I remember playing Mario Party 4 for the first time on GameCube after owning a 64 for years and just being so impressed with how Mario Party 4 looked. Yeah, I mean, it ended up being one of my least favorite Mario Parties of all time because every single map had a silver grid that was floating basically above what looked like to be the actual board, but it wasn't on the actual board, but visually, looks amazing. Although I will say Mario Party 4 is kind of the problem with this idea of making a Mario Party Superstars franchise where one game focuses on the 64 and the other one focuses on the GameCube. Because it really doesn't fit in with either one. That game heavily focused on the fact that there were Mega Mushrooms and Mini Mushrooms. Like, are they going to bring back the Mega and Mini Mushrooms? Are they going to bring back those small pipes that you could only go through if you had a Mini Mushroom? I mean, Mario Party 4 is really the outlier when it comes to the GameCube games. But it's not the only outlier in the series. Just look at the Wii and Wii U. You have Mario Party 8, 9, and 10. 9 and 10 go perfectly together. 8? Definitely not. Then there's the handheld Mario Parties, all of which are on the DS except for one. Mario Party Advance is literally the only game of the handhelds that does not fit with the rest of them. That's why if I was IndieCube, I would actually hold off with Mario Party 4. I would make Mario Party Superstars 2 all about 5 through 7, and then I would do a Mario Party Superstars 3 that featured 4, 8, and Mario Party Advance. And then when it comes to the DS games, I don't know, because there's a touch screen involved, and that kind of really complicates things since we don't actually have another screen that we can use. But you know, who knows? By the time they make Mario Party Superstars 4 with all the DS games, maybe they have introduced a second screen for whatever reason. And then by the time Mario Party Superstars 5 comes out, the small children who grew up playing Mario Party 9 and 10 and loved them, they'll probably be about late 20s, early 30s, and they'll be like, yes, my childhood is finally back and remastered. Oh, and of course, this wouldn't be their only franchise that they would be doing. They would, of course, be alternating with Super Mario Party games. And that just helps them not get Mario Party fatigue, because half the time, they're just remaking stuff. They're not having to come up with the original content. That's why I think making this a franchise and doing DLC is the smartest thing that Gamecube could do. However, this is Gamecube we're talking about. The same people who made smart decisions such as, you know what, guys? I really don't like making choices on boards. What if we just put everybody in a cart together? Oh, even better idea. What if we just made a top 100 minigames? No boards. I mean, the boards just get in the way of all the fun minigames. Oh, the fans don't like that? Okay. What if we did stars for 10 coins, golden pipes for 10 coins, and then everybody's just constantly getting stars? I just realized that Gamecube's strategy was to take the strategy out of Mario Party. On the other hand, there is cause for optimism, because Mario Party Superstars has been kind of a turnaround for the series. It's a fantastic game, the best one that they've done in over a decade. It had a new game director. It actually has a good version of online multiplayer. And unlike Super Mario Party, people are responding very positively to this game. So maybe they will just run with it and just do DLC for the 64 and continue it as a franchise. And that's really what I think is the best option for what they've created. Because again, right now, Mario Party Superstars is a, for lack of a better term, a best of collection. And not everyone agrees that that is the actual best of those Mario Party games. While I don't see a lot of hate for Woody Woods, I will say I feel like a lot of people thought that Woody Woods definitely wasn't the favorite choice out of the Mario Party 3 boards to pick. I know that even though I love Peach's Birthday Cake and it might be my favorite board of all time, I know there's a lot of people out there who thought it was a terrible choice and they much would have rather had Mario's Rainbow Castle or again, Luigi's Engine Room. I've seen so many people say that they wanted Westernland or Bowserland. And maybe you're sitting there thinking right now, well, if all these people want all these other boards, then we can easily do a Mario Party Superstars 2 with more Nintendo 64 boards. I mean, so they can go ahead and do Gamecube as DLC or even Mario Party 8, and then for the next Mario Party Superstars, they give us a few more N64 boards and some Gamecube boards and some Mario Party 8 boards. But here's the thing, let's say Mario Party Superstars 2 has Mario's Rainbow Castle. I really don't want to play that map without being able to also play Mushroom Mix-Up, Bombs Away, Shy Guy Says, Tipsy Tourney, and I know that they're probably not going to bring those games back because they already remade those minigames. Like, the only way that they're probably going to bring back minigames that they just remade is if they do a Mario Party Superstars 2 that's completely focused on the GameCube, because you can't do a GameCube Mario Party Superstars without Leaf Leap and Pushy Penguins and all those other great GameCube minigames. So I think anyone watching this video will agree with me that they do want more boards remade. And hopefully you agree with me that you don't just want some of the boards remade. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's why you clicked on this video, is because you do want DLC, because you do want Superstars 2, because you do want all of these games to be remade, all of these boards and minigames to be remade because you absolutely love them. And me personally, I hope that this is not just a one and done. I hope that we do get DLC, and I hope that the DLC isn't just the best of the GameCube games, and then they just never make a Mario Party Superstars 2 because they're like, well, we did all the best stuff. Because again, even if they're like, no, there's still more content to do, what mini games are they gonna do that are different? The bad ones? Like, come on. Like, I think Mario Party Superstars, while it doesn't have all the greatest mini games, has a lot of them. And if they just give us more as DLC, then what are they gonna give us for Mario Party Superstars 2? Keep Away? Cointages? So hopefully now that I've convinced you that this is the correct approach, I do actually want to go over what I think the DLC could look like if they do it properly. However, I spent so long talking about why this game should be a franchise and why the DLC should be Nintendo 64 focused that I feel like this has gotten a little bit too long. So I'm going to wait for a part 2 video to talk about specifically the DLC and how that could work. That should be out in a few days, maybe a week. So subscribe if you want to make sure that you don't miss it. If not, no big deal. Give this video a like if you liked it. Give it a dislike if you disliked it. And either way, let me know in the comments below why you chose that. I mean, do you like this idea of it being a one-off as opposed to a franchise? Do you like the idea of it being a franchise and focusing on N64, GameCube, Wii, etc.? Or do you like the idea of it being a franchise, but you would rather if they mixed a whole bunch of stuff together? Let me know in the comments below, and until then, I'll see you next time.